The next money block that I'm going to talk about is fear of money. Now, at first glance, you might think it sounds absurd that you would be afraid of money. But I don't know if you've noticed, but what we're talking about here is that at our conscious level, the thoughts and beliefs we're aware of, we don't realize that these things are going on. They're all going on at an unconscious level beyond our own awareness. They've been programmed into us. And the only way sometimes that you can notice whether or not these are in there is to ask yourself questions and see how you feel about it, which is why we have the activities that go along with this exercise. So, fear of money. Ask yourself this. When you think about wealthy people, especially really wealthy people, do you feel anything negative about them? Because what I'm trying to point out here is if you feel negatively about people who have a lot of wealth and a lot of money, then you would feel negatively about yourself if you had a lot of money, in which case you may unconsciously be blocking or sabotaging yourself from receiving it. So if you think that wealthy people or rich people are evil, that they're selfish, that they're crooks, or maybe just that they're lucky and that there's nothing you can do to be like them. If you believe, again, that whole thing about money is the root of all evil and that when people get money, it turns them bad, what happens is that you become afraid that money will change you, that money will make you bad. And it's an illusion that we're sold, and people like to talk about it at the surface level as if it's true, but it's absolutely not. Because in reality, money doesn't change people, it only amplifies them. Realistically, if you're a good person, and if you're trying to make a difference in the world, if you received $1 million tomorrow, you would do good things with it. It wouldn't make you bad. Now, it may be that you believe that certain bad things would happen in your life and you need to look at that, but it's not going to change you. It's not going to make you other than who you are. All it's going to do is amplify who you already are. And so one great example of this is we got to meet a man named Bert Jacobs. He is the one who started the t-shirt brand Life is Good. Now, here's this really humble guy with a huge heart. And he was telling us stories about, how his business got started, and they had no idea it was going to take off the way it did. And they made all this money. And after he, got himself a home and, provided a little bit for his family after that, the rest of the money he had, he really didn't know what to do with it. And he has used the money that he has made, including $100 million that came in just a couple years ago in 1 year with his company. He's been using it to contribute to the world. He does a lot of great things. He invests in things he's passionate about, and he improves people's lives. And so he's a great example of someone that received an abundance of money and did really good things. So it's not that the money makes people bad, it's that you get to choose what you do with it. And so a little bit later, we're going to talk about what are the things you would do with it so that you can see and you can prove to yourself that it would be a good thing. Now, again, part of you might be thinking, well, of course it would be a good thing. I don't have any resistance to having money. But if you're doing these activities, you may find that deep down you do have some beliefs that are in there that may be holding you back. So again, we have another activity to do that asks you questions like what beliefs you have about wealthy people, looking at where those beliefs come from, what are you afraid would happen if you did receive a large amount of money, and also starting the process of looking at what good you would do if you had a lot of money, so that you can look at all of these things and you can see if you can dig a little bit deeper and find how you really feel about it so that you no longer have a fear of money and you know how to handle it, you know what to expect, you know what good things you would do. And so it just shifts your perspective, it shifts your mindset towards being excited and comfortable with the idea of money rather than being afraid or fearing it or feeling guilty or just not believing it's possible. So we hope that all of these activities working on your money blocks and your money mindset has helped you get in the right frame of mind to move forward with the rest of this program.